Hi, welcome back. I'm Stacey.
I'm Bryan.
And today we're reviewing
Poltergeist.
Was that scary?
Yeah, I think that was pretty frightening.
Good.
Poltergeist is a horror movie written by Steven Spielberg. It came out in 1982.
82. The same year as E.T., like the week before E.T.
Yeah.
He had a lot going on that year.
Poltergeist is a movie about a family who's being harassed by a poltergeist. Pretty obvious from the title.
What is it? What is it?
A poltergeist is a ghost, kind of, but it haunts a person instead of a place. So we've got this family, nice suburban family, mom, dad, teenage daughter, younger boy, younger girl.
The dad is a real estate agent. He is selling all of these cookie-cutter homes in the beautiful Cuesta Verde, which means green slopes. It's beautiful. He loves it. He's the top seller. They love him because he keeps selling houses. Little does he know that his house is actually on top of a cemetery.
Movie opens on him asleep in the chair. He's had a long day. TV is on the Star Spangled Banner, because that used to be a thing at nighttime.
I never understood that little clip. They were just like, hey, America's super great. Go to sleep.
So the dad's asleep in the chair. Little girl comes downstairs.
She starts talking to TV.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Say it loud.
Who's that now?
Mom, brother, sister come downstairs. They see her. They're like, well, that's weird. She must be sleepwalking. There's other frightening things that affect this family as well. For instance, there's a giant tree outside that the young boy, Robbie, is very afraid of. It's kind of a weird looking tree. It looks kind of like a person. And the dad's like, we can't get rid of the tree. It's got wisdom. It knows you. And he's like, yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, kid's probably like, Dad, you're high.
The parents do get high. This is a PG movie, but we hear the word shit a lot of times, and the parents have a nice old pot smoke after kids go to sleepy sleep. Not only is the dad smoking pot, rolling some J's, he's reading a book, watching a show, talking to his wife and listening. And then he's like, why not try some push-ups too? I've got to multitask. It's 11 p.m. There's also a creepy clown in their room. I don't know why anybody needs a creepy clown. Family's building a pool in the backyard. That'll be nice. The mom's worrying about the kids falling in when they sleepwalk.
But the mom's not worried about the blatant sexual harassment the construction workers are giving her daughter.
They've got a teenage daughter. She's out there walking by the pool construction site, and the carpenters are like,
hey girl, let me get some of that. I know your dad and your mom personally, and they're within earshot, but let's hook up.
and then mom's like, that's okay. She's growing.
This isn't normalized at all. Early in the movie, the youngest daughter, Carol Ann, her bird dies.
Oh.
The mother's gonna flush the bird down the toilet. Is that how you get rid of dead birds?
It wasn't a small bird.
Then the daughter walks in and is like, don't do that, Mom, that's gonna ruin our plumbing. Please don't.
So then they have a nice little bird funeral in the backyard.
Then weird things start happening around the house. One of the nights while the daughter's talking to the TV and everyone's cool with it, it's just like this ghost hand comes out of the TV, hits the wall, there's a giant earthquake, and the daughter says, they're here. For a part of this movie, I was like, is the ghost the bird ghost? Is the bird doing all of this? He's probably pissed you tried to flush him. Then the chairs start to move.
The mom's like, hey, what did you mean last night when you said they're here? She's like, I don't know. And then she turns, and all the chairs have moved. She's like, haha, that's weird. And then she looks again, and they've moved again. They're all on top of the table. She's very not freaked out. She thinks it's cool. She's like, hey, honey bear, come to the kitchen.
Can you remember what it was like to be open-minded when we first got together? I've made a roller coaster out of the will of the dead.
Let's try it with her child. That seems safe.
I feel like she's taking it way too casually.
And the dad's like, hey, maybe nobody goes in the kitchen until we figure out what's going on.
Turns out the ghosts aren't there to have a good time.
The tree comes to life, breaks through the window, and grabs the little boy and nearly swallows him.
This scene freaked me out as a kid. I saw this as a child, and I had nightmares literally for years.
I wasn't scared, but I'm an adult woman.
But it turns out this boy-eating tree is just a distraction.
Meanwhile, a little girl's being sucked into her closet.
Like an airlock chamber that just got opened into space, she gets sucked into another dimension.
They can't find her. They don't see her. They don't know where she went. They see that everything's been sucked to the closet, but she's not in there.
Then they hear her in the TV.
The dad heads into town to the local paranormal office.
The local paranormal office?
Yeah.
It's not Ghostbusters.
Did your town have a local paranormal office? It's a mom and pop paranormal activity store.
So a couple of students and a professor, I think, show up, and these are paranormal experts.
They're like, one time we filmed a truck move across the floor over the course of several hours. And the dad's like, yeah, well, check out our ghost room.
Special effects are okay. I mean, they didn't look bad, but...
Yeah, they did. They looked bad by today's standards. They all look terrified, but I'm like, that's kind of comical, actually. They determine that she is in a parallel dimension to theirs. It gets late, the paranormal team decides to spend the night. The teenage daughter's like, I'm not gonna spend the night here. I don't know why I'm in this movie. But everybody else stays up and has a whisper conversation even though no one is asleep.
There is immeasurable physical science in this house.
The voice source on television.
A paranormal episode taking place.
Your sister isn't dead, Robbie.
One of the investigators goes into a bathroom, and then there's like a terrifying scene where he rips his own face off in the mirror.
I read that it was Steven Spielberg's hands.
The special effects for that aren't particularly good. It looks kind of messed up, but...
I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it was Steven Spielberg's hands.
We're gonna say it was.
We'll
Then-
look it up, and if it was, we'll keep this in.
And if it wasn't, we'll keep it in anyway. Okay, this is YouTube. Everything here's truth.
The dad's boss is a little bit worried that he's maybe trying to find a new job or quit because he's been spending a lot of time away from work. But that's because his daughter's trapped in a TV.
Which you can't really tell your boss. You just call and say, hey, I got the flu.
So to keep him from quitting, he tries to bribe him with this beautiful plot of land that looks over all the rest of the land. He's like, yeah, but there's a cemetery back here. He's like, yeah, we'll move that, like we did the other one.
Like we did the other one.
Like where your house is built.
I wonder if that's important. This could have still been the bird.
There's like a budding romance between this psychiatrist and the mother?
It's never explicitly said, but their friendship is kind of bizarrely close.
At first it seems like mother-daughtery, like she's bonding with her over how much she misses her daughter and they get kind of close over that. But then like later she sits on her lap
Are you gonna kiss her?
and then she kind of doesn't talk for the last half of the movie, so they need to bring in the big guns, the big little guns. So they bring in this clairvoyant. The dad is oddly skeptical of this woman. He's like, she could talk to dead people or something. I'm like, you've just experienced the impossible for like a month of your life and you're doubting that this thing can also happen?
Short people can't do magic.
I will say though, this did bother me. Like, we set up this paranormal activity crew and then we need another person. It seemed like bad writing or something. It's like, why do we add this new person in? They couldn't solve it. Why didn't we just bring her in from the beginning? Or why couldn't the first psychiatrist woman like fill this role?
It's like the writers were writing in characters and halfway through were like, yeah, we don't really need the daughter, so let's just have her stay at a friend's house. Oh yeah, I guess,
This actress that plays psychics is available.
yeah, she's got a weird voice, let's bring her in.
I'm not gonna bite you.
They know that the way out of this other dimension is through the living room ceiling because some like old-timey jewelry and garbage falls through, but they don't know how to get in yet.
The medium figures out that the portal into the other world is in the closet in the daughter's room.
Makes sense. That's how she got in.
The medium is able to decipher everything that's going on. She says, there's a bunch of ghosts here for some reason.
One of them's real bad.
Real bad. There's a big beast that's using the girl to distract the ghosts from leaving. I don't know why. I guess he just likes having a bunch of ghost friends.
He's been manipulating her for a long time.
She's not a witch. Maybe she is a witch. I don't know.
She just kind of bosses them around a lot. She's, open the door! Hand me the rope! I'm too little to help! Her voice hurts me.
She just walks around the house like she owns the thing.
She kind of like uses the little girl to help these spirits go to the light, which means the girl has to get very close to the light herself, but they gotta make sure she doesn't go all the way in or she too will pass.
Yeah, it's like just the tip, little girl.
The mom needs to go into the other realm and fetch her daughter via a rope.
Craig T. Nelson.
Coach. He's like, let me in, it's my baby. But the mom's like, no, you're the biggest, you have to hold the rope, I'll go in. she turned into a ghost at the end.
That doesn't happen, but in this voiceover it did. The dad pulls on the rope a little bit too early. The beast shows up and is like, ah! He's all like, ah! And let's go of the rope. He said he wasn't going to let go of the rope.
He had one job.
But it's okay because the mother falls out through the exit of the portal with her daughter in her hand.
Gooey as shit.
Soup's gooey. I don't know if they're in a womb on the other side or what.
Unclear, but they were fun. Everyone's happy. Teenage girl comes home. She leaves again.
The little medium's like, this house is super clean.
The dad's like, we're moving away. I don't care how clean this house is. We need a new one.
I'm gonna go quit my job. No big deal. I'll be right back.
But he's gone just long enough for the portal to reopen and try sucking the kids back through it. The mom's in her bedroom. She's getting like gravity thrown all over the walls like in Inception.
The mother runs outside, goes to the neighbors asking for help, and then she gets dragged into the pit.
Where the
pool
pool's
pit.
being dug. And inside of the pool are skeletons from the graveyard that didn't get moved.
They start popping up. It's pretty freaky.
I read that they were real skeletons and they didn't tell the actress till afterwards.
Sneaky.
Sneaky freaky.
Eventually, their worthless neighbor helps her out of the pool hole. She's able to go save her kids using some like weird team building exercise where she like uses them like a rope to grab each other and link arms, and then they get out.
It's nice.
The dad comes home and it looks like there's a light show going on in his house. His boss, by the way, has also followed him home, presumably to beg him not to leave his job.
He loves him.
Yeah. This is your fault, buddy.
So they drive away. Teenager shows up just in time. They throw her in the car and they move to a hotel.
She just shows up in the car like, oh yeah, I'm in this movie, I should get in the car too.
But she did die in real life later that year.
Sorry, everybody. It got real.
There's a poltergeist curse. You can read about it on the internet.
The medium was very confident, but she was not right, because the house definitely grew a giant ghost vagina that swallowed everything. Reverse birth. Originally, this movie was rated R, because there wasn't a PG-13 rating. But they were able to appeal that and make it a PG. This is not a PG movie.
No, it's really scary, and they say shit a lot, and they smoke weed.
And a dude rips his face off at some point,
Oh, yeah.
bloodily. It's not a PG movie at all.
No. What is a PG movie nowadays? Like Shrek? Where there's maybe a fart?
Yeah, you can have one fart in a
One
PG
fart,
movie.
one crap, one ogre.
That's it. I like this movie. I really have very little negative to say about it at all. Everything about this movie is scary. It holds up. The special effects don't hurt it.
They really did a good job of building tension. I think they did a good job of building the characters, especially of the parents, that they were these kind of like hippie, open-minded people. So then like when the haunting does start happening, they like accept it and believe it. But they also set up that they like really, really love their children. So I buy all of that when it all comes together. So I would say watch it if you haven't seen it, even though I'm usually nervous to watch older movies because I feel like they won't hold up, but I think it does.
Yeah.
If you can get past Mom's karate outfit.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe below.
I think it's over here.
Okay, we don't know where it is.
It is, it's over here.
It might be there.
Oh, it's there.
Maybe you're left-handed on your computer. It's over there.
That's not how it works.
We'll figure it out.
Comment below.
Tell us where it is. Comment below.
That was being silly scary.